What's up, everybody? Welcome back to I Do It. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Jeremy. This week, I wanted to go over some of the future plans that I had this spring and summer. I've talked about it before, but what I wanted to do with this space back here behind our shed is to build raised garden bed out of used pallet wood. So I would break down a bunch of pallets and then build raised garden beds. And the reason I want to build raised garden beds back here is because of this guy, and we also have a new friend in the backyard this year, this guy. Come look at this big old fat rabbit out here.
Oh yeah?
I also want to do an update video to my snowblower video I did at the beginning of winter. I got a couple of comments. Something about the low speed jet is probably still clogged, and that's why it's surging. So I wanted to tear the carburetor apart and address that. Also, there is still fuel in it, and that's because I got to use a fuel stabilizer comment, and I think I'll try that and see if it works next year. We'll find out together. If it doesn't, we'll just pull the carburetor apart again and clean everything out all over again. Which, honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So if that's what happens, I don't mind doing it. The video that I really had planned, especially after fixing my mother-in-law's mailbox, was sealing up my son's swing set that his grandfather got him. It didn't fare too bad over the winter. It still has some color to it, but it's still got pretty weathered, and I want it to last him a good while. So I did buy some Thompson's water sealer, and yeah, so we'll seal this up in a video, and then I do have plans to return back to my mother-in-law's house for actually two projects. One is just sealing that piece of wood that I used to seal up her mailbox. Oh, sorry about that. Two, last fall I never got a chance to get back to her house and dig up all those tree stumps. And she's starting to get some growth back over there, so I do need to get over there sooner rather than later. Otherwise, it's just going to become a jungle again, and I don't want to do that again. That was bad. That was horrible. So fingers crossed I can get over there probably in the next couple of weeks and start digging up all them stumps and doing something about the vegetation growth she has. And I do believe there's that berm that honestly it really needs to be knocked down and level so she can get back there with a mower, because as it is right now she can't. So maybe just having a quick thought, I can at least dig her out a path to get back there and mow after I remove all them stumps. That way she has some way of getting back there to knock things down. I also want to do a video on lawnmower maintenance, because the Lord knows old Betty here could use a little love. Also, my mother-in-law gave me this lawnmower. She said the people she takes it to for maintenance said that it was unfixable. Something about the cylinder is bad in the engine. Which that very well may be, but it's a Briggs & Stratton engine. I don't see why it couldn't be repaired. So she asked if I wanted it for parts like the extra blade, the self-propel. Mine, actually, I snagged it on my woodshed there when I was mowing behind it. So the wire that connects the self-propel, I snagged it and it stopped working. So I think I pulled the thing off the axle. So yeah, I want to tear that down. One thing I want to do as well is I have this spare wood from the steps that we did, and I was thinking maybe I could make a step stool platform for my son in the kitchen, because he wants to participate in a lot more things nowadays. So I figured maybe something, you know, he can climb up on and stand there and like help us cook or something like that. And it'd be cool if I can make it so it like folds together and doesn't take up a lot of space. Alright, we're at my mother's house, and she would like me to put in a garden bed. Pretty much the whole length of the back of her house right here, starting where the camera picked up, all the way down to the AC unit. And then she did say I would maybe have to fill in a couple inches of dirt, some topsoil. It is lower, about closer to the AC unit than it is over by the patio.
That's called the air conditioning.
But I'm thinking I'm still going to have to dig out a little bit of dirt. And then, so then to border that flower bed in the backyard, she wants me to use all these field stones here. Which, in my mind, would look really cool. And then she was saying, oh, you know, you can just bust up some of these big ones. Well, I think she may overestimate my abilities, or even my work ethic, because man, breaking rocks does not sound like a fun thing to do. I think lastly, one of the things I would really love to do, because I do like having bonfires, hence why I have kind of a big pit, plus it's handy dandy when it comes to burning up all the twigs and branches that fall out of the trees from around here. But one thing I would really love to do is maybe like a weekly or bi-weekly live stream, just hanging out by the bonfire and chatting with whoever decides to show up. I think it'd be fun, and it would help build a community outside of just doing DIY videos and ASMR stuff. I have talked about doing lives, but I don't know. But yeah, I would think it would be fun thing to do. This deck, because it's in pretty poor condition. We were on this half, because it's white and that half is brown, we were painting this with that what was it called? I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's like really thick paint, but you can see it peeled. Deck correct. That's right. You can see it peeled up and whatnot. We painted this with the Deck Correct too, but we weren't really supposed to. So halfway through we realized maybe we don't want to do that, and we were going to go a different way. And we were going to do that this year, but a couple of weeks ago we discovered a leak in our son's bedroom by his windows because it was raining really bad. And yeah, so we're going to have to take the deck budget and put it towards new windows. So that's what we're going to do instead. Another thing we need to do for sure is kind of give the front of our house a bit of a facelift. New wood, new paint. It's a pretty rough shape. Definitely not an expert at this, but I don't feel like it would be too bad. So stay tuned. We'll attempt that at some point. For the small things I want to do out in the front yard, we used to have 3 trees out in the front yard. We had them cut down a couple of years ago, and I still got these like divots in the front lawn from where they were. This particular one is like a hill. So I want to level it out and get rid of the divots, kind of scalp the hill so it's even with the rest of the lawn. There's another one right here. See, it's kind of spongy. I don't know if you can see my footprint right there. That one's not too bad. This big one up front is the worst though. This one. You can see it's super spongy. Kind of another thing I want to do is our driveway is half gravel and half cement. We'll address the cement at a different time, but all this gravel is getting compacted into the ground, and I kind of want to lift it up. Probably need to add some more rocks to the mixture, as well as the landing coming up the driveway needs to be replaced. I have ideas, and of course I want to clean all this up going down. We've lived here since 2018, and there's been one time I've seen a street sweeper, and this gets pretty bad, so I'm just going to do it myself. And then I replaced that mailbox a few years ago, but somebody hit it, so I would like to move it back that way. And then what I want to do is scalp the boulevard. So that's pretty much what we got going on this spring and summer. I know it might be an ambitious list of things to do, and I probably won't get to everything, but that is what we got planned to do on the channel this summer, probably, as well with a couple other things sprinkled in there. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I want to do all of that, and then this video will publish on April 30th, which will be exactly 20 days before my wife is scheduled to give birth to our daughter. So I'm going to do all that as well as have a newborn as along the way. And then two, I felt recently that I just kind of figured everything out with my son and cleaning and kind of getting into a routine, and now I'm going to have to figure out how to do all that stuff all over again. So maybe we'll talk about some of that on the channel as well. Well, that's going to do it for me. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you around. Hey, thanks for stopping by again. I really appreciate it. If you liked that video, please give me a thumbs up. And maybe you'll like one of these videos as well. Just water. I don't know. Check it out. And a brush. Hopefully I'll see you around. I can't believe how dirty this was compared. Look at the bottom three